Okay. So I got this, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to take this and color it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to hold down Alt. And when I move it in between a border, you can see that little special clipping mask icon pop up. So I click there, and now this is turned into a clipping mask, or rather, I guess this has become the clipping mask for this layer. I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm going to bring out just any old brush. Let's just do one of my airbrushes. And I already have an obnoxious color picked because that's going to be our hair color. And if I draw, you can see it's only painting where the line art is. See, if I remove the background, you can see that checkerboard pattern, that is in fact what it's doing. I can, so I just made that not a clipping mask anymore, and you can see what that looks like. So that's what I actually painted. When I hold down Alt, click between those two layers, it's now become the clipping mask. Okay, so that's a great way to change the color of your line art. And again, the cool thing is that if we take these and we scale them, it's going to distort the this little shade of color. But since we're using an airbrush, it's not going to be messing up any sharp edges. But the vector art is still really sharp. Okay. All right. The other thing for doing fills. In the forum topic, I talked about a little trick where you could actually create a action to quickly expand the area around your selection to speed up the filling process and actually not creating any halos. So I'm going to show you how that works. But the first thing I want to do is show you how to actually create let me make a selection first. In Photoshop, in Photoshop CS3, they added this new magic wand brush, awesome, quick select tool. That's what they call it, which is really good for doing like photo editing type stuff, cutting out people. But for this, we just want to use the good old magic wand tool. So you can press Shift W to switch in between those two, by the way. But we want to do the one with the sparkles at the end. So the thing you want to check, just to make things easy, is make sure this is checked on. By default, it's off, but check that on, sample all layers. What that does, I'll show you what it does without it. You can see the layer I have selected right here where it's just, nothing. If I select, it will select the whole blank layer. So I really do need to have that sample all layers on. Okay, so I just made a selection, and for the sake of creating this action over here, I'm just going to select this. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to say New. And I'm going to call this Expand 1 Pixel, like so. Then we got the function key. So let's say F2. Or Shift F2. Or Control. Yeah, Control. Okay, so Control F2. And so whatever we're going to do from here on out, this is going to be recorded, and we'll be able to access it again by pressing Shift F2. So we hit Record. Okay, so I go to Select, go to Modify, and then Expand. And I'm going to expand this by 1 pixel. So if I zoom in, you can see how it is now going inside of the black area as well. The reason why I did that is because otherwise there'll be just a little bit of a white halo right here on that edge, and I don't want that. I want it to be solid. Okay, so I have that. I'm going to click Stop. So now at any time, if I make a selection and want to expand this, I can just press Control F2. Bam! There we go. After I zoom out a lot. Okay, so I'm going to select all of her hair. Just select, hold down Shift, select. Okay, we got her face, but that's okay. We can fix that. Select all this. and zoom in so you can see what's going on. Control F2. And on this new layer, I'm just going to fill it in using the, I just press G to get the paint bucket tool out. And then fill it in. Same with that. Control F2. Fill it in. So yeah, you can look at that. You can see there's no white halo. A little bit of white there. So I'm just going to get my brush tool out. I'm going to go ahead and just fill that in manually. Okay. Oh, I'll just fill it in with this color. I don't care. Okay. So now what I want to do is paint these with the right color. I'm going to get my brush tool out. Just going to do a normal round brush. Actually, let me import back my sketch in. This was the reason why I had this little drawing right here, because that was my my color study. So let me take that and copy it back in here. Okay. Paint that in there like that. Use the wand selection tool first. There we go. Yep, got a little bit of halo right there, but that's okay. Okay, and for the shirt, make it black. So I'm seeing a little bit of a pink halo right there. Probably because I didn't fill it in with the right color right away. So maybe if you want to not have that halo, you can actually save your selection by, well, actually, probably the best way to do it is to have multiple layers for each color. And I'll show you a trick with that. Yeah, in retrospect, that's what I should have done. Okay. And also for the hair, you can see that I want to do this kind of a dyed color to natural black color. So what I'm going to do for that is hide that for a second. Woo! I hate it when I do that. I painted on the wrong layer. Easy fix. I'm just going to merge that down. Ah! There we go. Yeah, I always mess that up. I always draw on the wrong layer. Let me paint a horizon really quick. Actually, no, I was going to do that in separate layers. I'm sorry. Okay, well, I'll make an eye layer. Fill that in. One thing I like to do, just so I don't have that same problem again, is I'll actually color code my layers. That's kind of a help. So it is just the local color for everything. I'm going to actually add real color to it later. Okay. So what I can do, now that I have my my fill layers, if I want to start painting over this and not have to worry about making sure I stay within the lines, because that could be a problem if I'm trying to especially paint the hair. Just click on this little button right here when you have the layer selected. That will lock the transparency of all the pixels, so I can paint off the edge and it won't actually go off on the edge. So if I get that off black color a little bit, actually it was the same one as that. Now I'm gonna change one of my other brushes. And just start painting in. Woo! I started drawing on a new layer. Yeah, that's really annoying. Actually, the reason why I do that as much as I do is because when you press undo, it will automatically... Yep, see, I did it again. It'll automatically set you back to the previous layer that you were working on. So that's really annoying. Pretty sure there's a way to fix that. So, and if I had this hair all on a separate layer, then I could just paint right off. Not have to worry about getting on the skin tone. So, but I think you get the idea. I'm trying to think what else I should show. Oh, that's a little trick too. If I want to do some color mixing, just eyedrop it and then undo it and then start painting again. So you can actually start mixing stuff on your palette too, on your canvas. So, and you can do airbrushing with this as well. I just like the hard edge look. All right. Okay, I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to go and start changing the color of my line art. So instead of having these black, I'm going to make these some kind of a skin tone. Same thing with the eyebrows. If you ever messed up too, you can just go in and erase it. If you want to actually be erasing line art, you're just changing the color of it. And again, aside from the coloring, that line is still vector art, so you can scale it up and no problems. Wow, I don't like that. I don't like that color. Oh well, but you get the idea. Again, you can take this whole thing. I'm just going to shove this all inside a group. You can scale it up as large as you want, and it's still going to be perfectly sharp. Okay. All right, so I hope that helps. At least so you get some new techniques under your belt. Learning how to try new things and how you can ink and still have smooth curved lines and all that good stuff. So that's it. Have fun.